Okay. So for millennials, retirement age seems a long way off, but with far fewer people of working age to support the elderly, and with the heavy burden of the baby boomer generation that the baby boomer generation is putting on Social Security and Medicare, how do you think Congress should address preserving or adapting these safety nets to make sure they are stable for future generations?
A nice easy question for a minute.
Right. Another issue we could spend an entire debate talking about one question. The fact is that we have a tax system that coddles the rich and allows big corporations to get away without paying their fair share. Real tax reform is part of the mechanism to provide the resources that are necessary to knock down the national debt and to provide funding for vital social services, as well as making sure that Social Security and Medicare are around to stay. We're going to need to raise the level of for taxation on Social Security, and we're going to have to back off the absurd and outrageous, even obscene expenditures in defense. These are not going to be easy issues. They're not going to be resolved in a year. But if people were paying their fair share and we had a progressive tax structure instead of a regressive tax structure, we'd be able to put the building blocks together to begin a system that would do exactly what you laid out with your question.
Mr. Reale.
I have to point out that a lot of people like to say Bill Clinton actually balanced the budget. What he did is he cooked the books, especially when it came to entitlements. You can't count this money coming in for Medicare and Social Security and say, oh, it's just generic revenue, we can do whatever we want with it, which, by the way, Congress did and continues to do. So my healthcare proposal at danrealeforcongress.com, we have to fix healthcare to fix Medicare. They're intertwined, they're one and the same. Social Security, that would be easy to fix. All you would have to do is raise the retirement age and raise the contributions. Relatively simple. The problem is it's Medicare, which is the elephant in the room. And it's Medicare, which is, if we keep leaving it the way it is, it's going to collapse the currency. We only have 3 years to get serious about it, too, so think about it.
Representative Courtney.
My perspective is that Social Security is one of the crown jewels of our country. It just celebrated its 75th anniversary and has kept its obligations to retirees, people on disability, and young kids who've lost their parents religiously over the years. It has evolved, and there is going to be a shortfall in the 2030s. My good friend John Larson, who was endorsed by the Hartford Courant today, one of the reasons they did it was because of his proposed bill, Social Security for the 21st Century, which I'm a co-sponsor of. And number one, it protects benefits. It does not butcher benefits the way Paul Ryan's budget would do and raise the Social Security age. The fact is that we can make smart, reasonable adjustments, just like was done back in the 1980s, to fix the system and extend its solvency for the rest of this century.
And Ms. Novak.
I'm not sure I should say this, but I think I agree with Joe on a lot of this, or he agrees with me. We have to protect Social Security. That's a no-brainer. But in order to do this, I think what we need to recognize is that we need to generate revenue, and the best way to do that is to expand the economy so we can afford to do what we need to do to protect our seniors in the future. That means we need across-the-board tax rate cuts for everybody. We don't just support the rich, we support everybody in this country. The Social Security money that is out there is our money, our taxpayer money. This isn't something the government is giving us. We need to protect that at all cost.
All right, thank you. With that, we're going to be moving to final statements.